been quietly scheming to obstruct the union that fate has destined for you. Archangel Michael proclaims, "The silence enveloping you is filled with meaning. It has been enveloped in silent murmurs, hidden gestures, and a shadow that sought to extinguish brilliance before it had the chance to illuminate. The one you least expect, with a gaze that observes intently yet remains silent, has sworn an oath not to embrace love, but to shield the one destined to cherish you. Jealousy often whispers softly. It frequently conceals itself and grins, feigning to rejoice in your happiness, while subtly undermining your journey with silent treachery. 3 weeks ago, a transformation occurred. A celestial bond intended to draw nearer was abruptly postponed, bewildered, and rerouted. You pointed fingers at the clock, yet the universe was aware that a force had already started weaving connections beyond your perception. He strides through the darkness, feigning the role of your guardian. Yet deep within, his soul wrestles with a gift that was never intended for him. Your essence yearned for a being of light, one chosen, and just as that soul was about to embrace you, this envious figure intervened. He has wielded known hands to shield against unfamiliar affection. He cast shadows upon a stranger, sowing words like seeds in the hearts of those nearby. And as you rested, your name was being tainted in the season of your destined companion. He seeks to ensure that the divine affection crafted for you remains unattainable. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 333. One night, this man witnessed your joy ascending. He observed the radiance of your smile as a particular message arrived. And instead of celebrating your triumph, his heart grew burdened with jealousy. In that instant, he resolved that your progress would hinge upon his dominion. He discovered the individual captivated by you and began collecting tales to distort, conjuring imperfections to tarnish their standing. The harm he intended transcended the corporeal. It was a profound disruption of the soul and heart. He dreaded the thought of relinquishing control over your decisions. Archangel Michael proclaims, "Not everything shattered was your doing. Some pauses were deliberately crafted away from the public eye. And yet, the heavens inscribed your love in vibrant strokes, impervious to the attempts of envious souls to diminish it. Perhaps you've pondered the reasons behind the absence of certain calls. Why has the one who once sought your warmth turned icy and remote? The reason was not bewilderment. It was tainting through deceit. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 444. He conjured false messages, disseminated twisted realities, and breathed deceit through shared connections. He understands that your heart was mending and just starting to have faith. And that is precisely why he chose to attack when you were still vulnerable and unprotected. Your name was mentioned in a recent discussion, and someone remarked, "They appear to be experiencing great fortune these days." That singular remark transformed into the catalyst that set his new plan into motion. To him, your love was not a treasure to cherish, but a conquest to achieve. He never uttered a word about love, yet he remained vigilant for signs of affection. He never bestowed compassion, yet he insisted on unwavering allegiance. What he failed to see is that the divine had already taken notice of him. He has been quietly observing your messages, seeking to catch glimpses of advancement. He perceives the elevation of your spirit and employs guilt, recollection, or a sense of obligation to draw you back into the depths. Yet a celestial bond, once ignited by the divine, remains unyielding to the whims of pride. Type a message to receive the divine blessing of 555. You have been engaged in a spiritual battle, not realizing that the delay was more than just the course of life. A hand, filled with envy, gripped your fate tightly. He even feigned to offer guidance, behaving as though he truly desired what was best for you. Yet all his counsel led you astray from happiness, from reality, and particularly from the one destined for you. In a fleeting instant, he lingered by your threshold, engaged in a conversation on the phone. His voice lacked the sting of jealousy, yet the words he spoke were drenched in the dread of losing you. He desires for the world to recognize him as your most trusted companion. In the shadows, he crafts schemes to drive your affection away. He desires for you to remain unseen by those who recognize your true value. He desires you to rely on him, question yourself, and hesitate. Yet the Archangel Michael proclaims, no matter how dense the fog may be, the sunrise will eventually break through. Soon, a moment will arrive when the one destined for you will sense an undeniable attraction once more. They shall cast aside the uncertainty, challenge the stories imposed upon them, and reclaim their path to enlightenment. That is the moment when the deceit of this envious man will be laid bare. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 777. The divine realm is bestowing understanding upon the one who was lost in uncertainty. Illumination is cast upon every dark plot this individual sought to conceal. And you, cherished one, are being protected from sorrow by powers far beyond mere trickery. What may seem like a prolonged wait for love is not a setback. It is a safeguard. The divine realm awaited the unraveling of deceit before allowing the worthy to enter. And it is unfolding now in the shadows, quietly yet with immense force. His envy began long before your grace came to light. He observed the way people were drawn to you, how your brilliance captivated them, and it filled him with resentment. What he failed to attain on his own, he wished for you to be deprived of as well. He was not meant for you. He bound himself. He failed to recognize your ascendance. He trembled at the thought of your metamorphosis. But now your essence is liberating itself from his hold. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 888. In the coming days, manifestations will begin to emerge. A message you believed to be forgotten shall be rediscovered. A bond you thought was lost will unexpectedly come alive with fervor and truth. This is by design. This is a celestial occurrence. A door to open once more. It was merely obstructed by an individual who lacked the power to dictate the course of your heart. He will be revealed not through direct conflict, but by the way your existence begins to flourish in his absence. His dominion is unraveling, and he is acutely aware of it. That is the reason his demeanor will soon transform from quietude to urgency. Prepare yourself for unexpected displays of kindness, abundance, or sentimentality from him. He senses the truth eluding his grasp, yet your insight has evolved. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 999. The cosmos is unveiling the route to your destined affection. The one destined to encounter you, to mend your spirit, safeguard your heart, and love you unconditionally, is approaching. They are rising above the turmoil that this envious individual created. One, he might attempt to sow a final certainty. He might delegate his tether. Yet the divine gaze is upon us, scrutinizing with unparalleled intensity. Archangel proclaims, your name was not inscribed his in the tome of fate. You were destined to soar, not to be confined. This season will usher clash, yet it culminates in renewal. What he attempted will flourish unparalleled brilliance. What he murmured in defiance revered. The affection that was postponed shall come, fully developed, polished, and irrefutable. And to receive a blessing one, he is already weight of absence. That's why he is now attempting to the narrative, portraying himself as the one who truly cared the most. But do not be deceived. His concern emerges when dominance is threatened. He perceives the way your gaze has begun to seek out fresh vistas, and that another soul is meant to embrace your heart, and that revelation is shattering his sense of self. Yet that yours to bear. His wounds are beyond your burden. Embrace the arrival of a new love, the genuine one, the one that is truly meant for you. You were destined for clarity, not to be swayed out. You were destined to rise, unburdened by the weight of his limitations. Your tranquility was secured by divine guardianship. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 11:11. This love is your reward, born from your struggles, your devotion, and your unwavering endurance. One approaching you has sensed your within their soul, even amidst the quietude, and the force they sent resisted for much longer. All that was destined to hinder it has already succumbed. What is inscribed in cannot be altered by, and the envious grasp that sought you is being cast away, piece by piece. In due time a message your way, not from the one who obstructed, but from the one who faced the obstruction. Their words will resonate with pure truth, untainted by jealousy or confusion, flowing directly from the essence of their being. And when you hear it, you will recall this moment that the universe bestowed upon you, granting you insight and readying you with your true purpose. Type receive divine favor. 12. The one who schemes quietly shall forever dwell in quietude. Yet the affection inscribed by the divine will resonate powerfully in your existence. It will manifest in perfect timing, in harmonious alignment, in an unmistakable bond. Take your time. Remain calm. Be ready, for the lost treasures shall be restored. And you shall find clarity, understanding that the shadows were merely a part of the journey. The mist was not a consequence of your actions. It was set there by one who trembled at your happiness. Yet you no longer dwell in his shadow. You are now illuminated by a celestial presence. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 13:13. Your path is being guided toward bliss. Every detour was a celestial arrangement. Each refusal was paving the path for the true affirmation. Allow this message to sear itself into your soul. Someone approaches not to seek your admiration, but to walk alongside you. And nothing can hinder what is destined to be. It will reveal itself with a swiftness that will astonish you. Tranquility shall grace your soul, while those who sought to hinder you, you will observe from a distance. He is unable to follow you on your path. He was not chosen for your upcoming chapter. His envy meets its end now. If you desire to show your support in a way, you have the opportunity to offer super thanks with contributions reaching up to $20. Type Amen to receive the divine blessing of 1414. He might remain in the shadows, seeking to probe your feelings and gauge your reactions. He'll observe from a distance, yearning for a fleeting instance of vulnerability or reminiscence. Yet you have transformed beyond recognition. Your perception is heightened. Your journey is protected. There exists no room for deceit in the paradise cultivated distance. Every strand of falsehood has been severed, and jealousy is being uprooted. What is flourishing now is a love that is genuine, purposeful, and unwavering. In his efforts to hinder your gifts, he failed to recognize the most profound reality. Your fate is impervious. Every step that appeared to be a setback was, in truth, a celestial redirection. You are being prepared for a monumental encounter, one that his machinations can no longer hinder. A divine moment is drawing near. When your name is spoken once more, it shall be with honor, not defiance. Your legacy will shine not in the shadows of loss, but in the brilliance of what has been returned to you multiplied beyond measure. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 1515. The one who was lost in uncertainty about you is now finding clarity. They are beginning to notice the flaws in the deceptive portrayal that was crafted about you. Their heart is ablaze with unwavering conviction and an intense desire to reunite. A moment will arise when your narrative re-enters their realm, not via whispers, but through a celestial nudge. It might manifest in a vision, a melody, or a dialogue that speaks your name. And when it occurs, it will overwhelm their heart with understanding. This awakening will not arrive softly. It will be the force of a storm, dispelling every falsehood they've been. That is the moment they shall start their pursuit of you once more. not merely for understanding, but for renewal. And no voice shall hinder what they have at last recalled. There will be no need for pursuit, pleading, or justification. Your truth will remain unwavering, and the one destined for you will see it for its true essence. That is divine retribution. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 16:16 The envious soul shall find himself forsaken, not out of malice, but because the divine has barred him from your hallowed ground. His energy is not in harmony, elevated vibration. He may prepare to experience the revelation that justifies every moment of anticipation. Your love story transcends the mundane. It is divine. Transcends mere timing. It is a declaration. You have been selected for this extraordinary affection, a bond of the spirit that faced the pause yet remains unbroken. And now the revival will be awe-inspiring. Anticipate an unexpected arrival, a sincere communication, a celestial reunion. It shall arrive with clarity, without deceit, and devoid of trepidation. And as it unfolds, the envious soul will vanish like mist before the dawn. His time has come to an end. Your journey is only just starting. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 32:32 This love destined for you was inscribed in your existence long before envy took shape. It is safeguarded, enclosed, sacred. That is the reason it could not be vanquished, merely postponed. What is unfolding now is a divine gathering, a sacred agreement coming to fruition. The tug within your heart is undeniable, and they sense it as well. Though your voice may not have echoed, your essence has been reaching out. The divine has listened, and the divine intervenes very mountains that stood before you. Now all that sought to hinder you is crumbling to dust, and you are being guided onward, united with truth. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 33:33. The envious soul who sought to diminish your fortune will witness its flourishing regardless. He shall witness the brilliance rekindle within your gaze. Let the happiness flow back into your days. You shall journey alongside one who reveres you, not one who vies with you, who honors your essence, not confines it, who safeguards your tranquility, not disrupts it. This love will embody warmth, purity, and all that the envious soul dreaded you would discover. And the most glorious aspect, you shall receive it without cost, without remorse, and without the burden of reflection. If you desire to show your support in a greater way, have the opportunity to offer super thanks with contributions reaching up to $20. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 34:34. Envious soul has been quietly scheming to obstruct the union that fate has destined for you. Archangel Michael proclaims, the silence enveloping you is filled with meaning. It has been enveloped in silent murmurs, hidden gestures, and a shadow that sought to extinguish brilliance before it had the chance to illuminate. The one you least expect, with a gaze that observes intently yet remains silent, has sworn an oath not to embrace love, but to shield the one destined to cherish you. Jealousy often whispers softly. It frequently conceals itself and grins, feigning to rejoice in your happiness, while subtly undermining your journey with silent treachery. 3 weeks ago a transformation occurred. A celestial bond intended to draw nearer was abruptly postponed, bewildered, and rerouted. You pointed fingers at the clock, yet the universe was aware that a force had already started weaving connections beyond your perception. He strides through the darkness, feigning the role of your guardian, yet deep within, his soul wrestles with the gift that was never intended for him. Your essence yearned for a being of light, one chosen, and just as that soul was about to embrace you, this envious figure intervened. He has wielded the known hands to shield against unfamiliar affection. He cast shadows upon a stranger, sowing words like seeds in the hearts of those nearby. And as you rested, your name was being tainted in the season of your destined companion. He seeks to ensure that the divine affection crafted for you remains unattainable. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 330. One night, this man witnessed your joy ascending. He observed the radiance of your smile as a particular message arrived. And instead of celebrating your his heart grew burdened with jealousy. In that instant, he resolved that your progress would hinge upon his dominion. He discovered the individual captivated by you and began collecting tales to distort, conjuring imperfections to tarnish their standing. The harm he intended transcended the corporeal. It was a profound disruption of the soul and heart. He dreaded the thought of relinquishing control over your decisions. Archangel Michael proclaims, "Not everything shattered was your doing. Some pauses were deliberately crafted away from the public eye. And yet, the heavens inscribed your love in vibrant strokes, impervious to the attempts of envious souls to diminish it. Perhaps you've pondered the reasons behind the absence of certain calls. Why has one who once sought your warmth turned icy and remote? The reason was not bewilderment.